Well, I had music going, but it turned off because TikTok. So when you're starting a restoration or repairs on a vehicle that has not run, has been sitting for a while, there's some things that you need to check and do before you dive into this too deep. So one of them, you need to check your fluids. Before you start cranking on the engine, before you start trying to start it, make sure you have sufficient oil. Doesn't necessarily need to be the cleanest, but you want to make sure you're not over full because fuel's been leaking in. Make sure the oil's not real sludged. Check your transmission fluids, check your differentials, check your coolant. Go through all of that. Make sure you have good fluids, because if it does run, you don't want to run it, have low coolant, overheat. You don't want to get excited, oh, it fired up, let me go driving, have low transmission fluid. Pinions have been leaking, axle seal's been leaking, fluid's been draining on the ground, get down the road, burn a rear end, burn a front end up. Check all that first. I wash the vehicles when I get them. First thing I'll do is I want to get the crud, get the gunk off. I wash them. So last night I got off the trailer, I washed the whole body. Yeah, I didn't wash the underside of the hood, so quit bitching. But I washed the exterior, wipe the tires down, just get it to start looking how you want it to look towards the end. So from there, then I start getting rid of the excess unnecessary stuff that I know I do not need and do not want on here. As in the last video, cutting off some of that wiring. Next thing we're gonna do, once I get this wiring and stuff out, get rid of these janky speakers. Seats are coming out, back seats coming out. This whole interior is getting cleaned, mopped, scrubbed. All this dirt, stuff that's been built up from it sitting, mud, it's getting all took out, removed. Get that all fixed up. Then we'll go under the dash, we'll start pulling out excess wiring that we know is not factory, that's from a sound system, stuff like that. Get rid of that. Last thing you want to do is have excess wiring in there when you're trying to diagnose a no start or problems in the dash gauges, etc., stuff like that. If you do not understand wiring, if you do not know is this factory or not, leave it alone. Get you a Haynes, get you a Chilton manual, learn to read some schematics. I'm going to go over schematics in some of these videos, future coming up, basic running. Like here, right here, you're probably looking at going to that guy filled the heater box with spray foam. It's a used vehicle. You're going to find stuff like that. It's almost 30 years old. I'm 3 years older than this is, but when we're done, it's going to look good. Spare parts are left in here. There was beer cans. Just clean it up. Get it to start looking good. You don't want to do all the work and be dealing around with trash. Take a little time to do your TLC. Check everything over. And most time, the stuff you need to check before you buy it. I got this from a buddy of mine. Wouldn't worry about the condition a whole lot, because I had plans for it. If you want something that you're going to be able to turn a quick flip or get running fast, check your fluids before you buy it. They will tell you a lot.